Hey everyone, welcome back to Entropia content. Now I've got a whole bunch of action already lined up for the show today. I briefly logged on last night, was collecting a whole bunch of sweat. Then while I was collecting sweat, I got a bunch of good news. So I figured I'd save it for the show. So far, looks like the same guy who's shopping on my shop at Monria. So I'm assuming he's a viewer. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for helping support my show with purchasing items at my shop. Really helps out a lot. He purchased the Paplon at Crunk's stall. So that's some of the fruit. He purchased one of the Finus medical devices. Those are the healer FAPs that came out on the planet, was it Tulan? But they took them away, so I don't know what's happening with that. But sold some of those. Oh yeah, and I sold some sweat to him. Big thanks for helping buy the sweat. And he also bought a Rucksnack code. So I have to restock the shop with another Rucksnack code. Yeah, let's check out what my pet value balance is. This one hasn't really been changing much. Come on, people, buy those Arcadia or those ancient Greece deeds. You know you want them. You want them all. Gotta collect them all. Right, anyway, so yeah, the shop revenue has brought in 142 ped now. So we're getting a lot closer to reaching the 1,000 ped goal. We'll check how my auction's been doing. Still just one bid on the metal residue. Hoping someone will make some bids and I'll get the full asking price, because man, that would go a long way to reaching the 1,000 ped for my crafting goals. Yeah, so that's the deal with that. I think the Zorn Star hasn't really sold yet, so I'll keep the Zorn in my shop for, say, another week. If it doesn't sell by then, I'll put it for sale on auction. That's the one thing I was going to tell people, even despite having a shop. A lot of cases I'll put stuff on the shop for a while and it won't sell, and then I'll just move it to the auction anyway. Alright, let's do a little morning run and see if I can collect any free stuff. Now it's funny, I was reading the comments from yesterday's video. Someone put a really mean comment and deleted it, but it's like I shouldn't have. If I was them, I would have left the comment. It's like it wasn't that mean, guys. Come on. I'll just try to open it right now and see if I can read the mean comment, if it's still here or not. It was funny because they deleted it from the video. Fuck off, you stupid piece of shit software. Could you fucking work? Like, dear God, I'm not fucking calculating the trajectory to the moon here. Just fucking doing a stream. Can you fucking work? Alright, so... Alright, some people are posting on the other game that they hope that I die. It's like, don't worry, your hope will be fulfilled. Everyone dies. No, he also put... Oh no, that was a different person. A different game. We'll leave those comments for now. Alright, yeah, so this guy named Giant Jack with a bunch of different numbers and letters mixed in. He put 2 ped. Oh my god, 20 cents, you're rich. Now you never need to worry about money again. What the fuck is wrong with you? Not to laugh too much, but no, that is pretty funny. Now, I tried to explain, I knew at the beginning that people would think that it's pretty ridiculous calling that a good crafting run. But then I made sure to emphasize in the video title that I called it a rookie mining success. I'm not saying it's success for an Uber player. Yeah, if I was an Uber player and I was bragging about 1 or 2 ped, that would be pretty funny. No, so guys, don't worry about putting mean comments about like that. I've got a pretty thick skin from doing a lot of the paranormal radio shows before. When you're talking about ghosts and Bigfoot and stuff like that, you get a lot of people making fun of you, so don't worry, I've heard a lot worse than that. What the fuck is wrong with you? Trust me, I hear that a lot. Yesterday I did get into some big arguments with people, so I'm going to try to be a little bit more positive and optimistic. Now my brother came over to put a new drain in the driveway, and I just adamantly disagreed with where he was putting the drain, because his idea was to put the drain in the middle of the driveway and then slope all the water down towards that drain. And I was thinking, man, that's not going to work, because the slope is coming down this huge hill, like the whole street. And if we put a little bit of a slope on our driveway, it's not going to change the flow of the water. It's just going to flood to that corner that needs the drain. So I was pretty pissed that he took the drain and moved it to the middle of the driveway, but I don't know. It's going to be, we're going to have to take pictures of the first rainstorm. Once it floods our fucking foundation, we'll have to show him, like, look, you put the drain in the wrong spot. The drain needs to go at the end of the driveway where the fucking water pools. You can't just move the drain somewhere else and hope that the water is going to run there. It doesn't work like that. Water runs downhill. So I don't know. That was kind of a piss off, so I'll try to be a little bit more optimistic. It sucks. That mistake of him moving the drain is probably going to cost us $3,000 to $4,000, not to count all the fucking damage that's going to occur to our basement. So I don't know. Too, it's not even your house. So it's really when someone comes over to do some fixing at your house and you say, no, that's not a good idea, you're making things worse than they were before, you think you would listen to the person. But no, my brother's very stubborn. He's like, oh, he knows what he's doing. I'm pretty sure what he's planning on is taking the house. Because, I don't know, I've been living at this place helping my mom and uncle for pretty much the last, a good part of 10 years. I've been helping to look out, and as my mom started to get older, my brother and my mom used to fight every day, never speak to each other. As soon as my mom started to get a little older, and now she's going to be leaving the house to everyone, it's all of a sudden he showed up, and now he's being this super nice guy, and he's making all these plans of what he's going to do with the house. I'm thinking, yo, this isn't your house. I've been living here for years. Mom's going to leave the house to me, and then I'm going to have to pay you for the portion of the house. So don't just assume that you're just fucking taking the house from me. It's I think that's kind of mean to come over to someone's place, start doing renovations at their place, assuming you're just going to take it from them. Fuck, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping my YouTube channel gets big enough that I can say, hey, brother, it's I paid for my portion of the house. You can fuck off and get your fucking greedy hands off my house. It's he already has a house. He's fucked me over multiple times in life, taking advantage of me for fucking helping him and just leaving me fucking high and dry. So I don't know how many times he's going to keep doing that, but I don't know, this latest thing coming over and starting to claim the house while I'm still fucking living in it, it's fucking bullshit. So I don't know. I guess realistically what's going to happen is my mom will pass, then she's going to leave him the house. And I'll be like, I fucking spent my whole life looking after you and my fucking uncle, and you're just going to give me shit. So I don't know. So one thing I've realized in life is never count on your family, especially to help you. Because more often than not, they just fuck you over and over again. It's if I could count the amount of times my family's fucked me over, it'd be like a million fingers. And the times they've helped me is maybe once or twice. It's fucking sickening. So that's what I wonder too. I spend too much of my life helping other people, and then when I do that, they just assume that I should help them and then take advantage of me. So it's man, maybe I should be one of those people that never helps and then be like, oh, when I help, everyone will be like, holy fuck, what a miracle, he's actually helping. That's what they say, no good deeds go unpunished. So I don't know. I'm almost kind of rethinking building my whole shed on my pool house on my property, because my brother's already making plans to take it. And he's already saying oh, I shouldn't build it like this because it's not how he wants it. I'm thinking it's not your house, so it's you're that adamant that you're taking my house that you're already telling me to plan how to build it because you're taking it from me. I don't know, that's fucking mean. I don't know. I'll try to get into more positive stuff today, because yesterday was pretty fucking annoying. It's not only did our fucking brand new driveway get demoed by some fucking moron putting a drain in the middle of the driveway, but then I have to deal with the idea that he's coming to take my fucking house, so I have nowhere to live soon. It's fucking pissing me off. I'm hoping what happens is my mom outlives him, so that'd be sweet. It's he can die of a fucking heart attack or a stroke from doing cocaine all the time, and I'll fucking take the house. God damn it. Nah, I shouldn't be so mean on my streams to people, but I don't know, I just kind of vent a little. It's early in the morning, and it's what's on my mind. Fuck, man, I turned my vaporizer to warm it up for the show, and it's fucking off. Now I gotta wait like another 10 minutes. God, 10 minutes. Now, here I was getting all optimistic that I could eat anything after the food poisoning. And one of my friends on Facebook was saying, hey, his family eats milk every time they get food poisoning and it helps them. Well, when I looked online, they listed milk as the #1 worst thing you could avoid. Like, try never to drink dairy products when you have food poisoning. So I'm like, oh, I'll try my buddy's advice, see how the milk thing goes. Drink half a container of chocolate milk. Holy fuck, man, my stomach food poisoning is almost back full blown. So yeah, never take your friend's advice that say that milk is good for food poisoning. It's not. It's a fucking nightmare. Yeah, so I'm gonna, man, try to keep more optimistic today. My hand is at least healed to the point where I can move my fingers again. I'm thinking this is a good time, like only a few weeks to go to the big tournament and I can almost move my hand. So things are looking up. Now, what else was there with video game news? Nothing too much, I don't think. The only thing I was thinking of Joe Rogan, yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to do an episode titled this, and then I added it to the discussion and forgot, so I'll just do it again. It's like Joe Rogan did a show where he was discussing whether or not video games are a waste of your life. Yeah. Speaking of wasting my life, I'm going to stop sweating for a bit and do some running around while I talk. I'm getting sick of just sweating in one spot. Yeah, so Joe Rogan was asking debating the question if video games are a waste of your life. And then they were saying yes or no. And I was thinking that's one of those things where it's a two-sided coin. There's obviously going to be ways you can waste your life playing video games and ways you can do it to make your life better. It's not it's just a one or the other issue. Now I was thinking, for example, like I know some of my friends, or one specifically, was going on and on about how if he can't get weed, like if he runs out of weed, he gets so depressed that he wants to kill himself. And I was thinking, what are you talking about, man? He's like, well, everything he does in his life is so boring that unless he's like completely wasted out of his mind, he can't handle it and he wants to kill himself. I'm like, well, man, maybe instead of getting weed, you should like try to change some of the things you're doing in your life so that if you run out of weed, your life isn't a fucking nightmare, right? Now then, his theory too is like, I don't know, for the past 35 plus years, he's just been getting high and like sitting alone in his room playing video games his whole life. It's like he rarely ever gets up and he cancels all of his family events. Well, maybe not all of his family events, but he cancels a lot of stuff so that he can just sit around and play video games non-stop and get high. I was like, man, like, sure, that's okay occasionally to do, but usually it's good to mix it up with like a job or some sort of productive activity so you're not just like completely living a self-destructive behavior. No, I get caught up in it doing it too. It's like some days I'm like, man, I don't want to do anything. I just want to vegetate and relax and play video games. But I was thinking, yeah, it's definitely dangerous to do that. Like I've noticed even since the whole like lockdown situation, I've been inside playing video games too much and I'm getting fucking sore. My body's starting to ache. Thinking, dear God, like when I was having those washroom problems, I'm like, if I didn't just get screened for cancer, I would have been thinking, holy shit, man, I should go get screened for cancer. Because a lot of it was not good. I was thinking, it doesn't take long sitting around doing nothing before your fucking body just decays. You get cancer and die. And that's actually how my one grandfather died. He was very active his whole life. Had like a farm, always busy. And then as soon as he retired, he fucking got cancer and died. So I was like, Jesus, it seems like when you sit around and do nothing, that's really when your fucking body starts to become susceptible to breaking down and dying. Not to be medical advice or anything, but man, I was thinking, if you wanted to kill your population off, like as a leader, locking down would be one of the first things you would do. Because it would make everyone sick and dying. Any healthy people, their lives would be ruined by the lockdown. So I don't know, that's why I kind of got to be careful with these world leaders and the lockdown situations. As much as they have good intentions, I'm sure, maybe they've forgotten that living a sedentary lifestyle is actually more dangerous than any virus. It's like, man, you just sit around and do nothing. It's like the virus will be the least of your worries. It's like, compare not being able to breathe to fucking having cancer fucking fill your lungs and kill you, right? It's like, at least the virus, you have a chance of recovering. Cancer, you're pretty much fucked, right? Yeah. Not to downplay the virus, I know it is bad. I know some people that have had it, everyone's recovered. And even some people had really serious health conditions before they caught it, and they still recovered. It was touch and go for a while, but man, it's like, I don't know, for something that's killing everyone, sure, a lot of people surviving. Now, the whole thing people are going on about how the fucking virus has all these long-lasting side effects, can raise your risk of heart attacks and all that. I'm like, well, fuck, man, read the effects of the flu. The flu has the same effects. You can die of a heart attack after having the flu. It drastically increases the odds. Same with a stroke. If you've had the flu recently, your chances of stroke go up skyrocketing. So I was like, yeah, it's true that the fucking virus does that, but yeah, so does everything else. Well, not maybe everything, but a lot of things. Now, it's a lot of people make fun of Sweden and about their whole Mind Arc situation, but the way they handled the world events, I was pleasantly surprised with Sweden. I didn't think you had it in you, Sweden. Now, I was pretty sure Sweden was one of those places that was just going to be like how Canada became, how we just apologize for everything and never stand up for ourselves. So that's what kind of sickens me about Canada these days. We used to stand up for our rights and our culture and everything, but we really don't anymore. We just let people walk all over us. It's kind of annoying. Now, I'm pretty sure the way Canada's going, it's going to be a lot of changes coming. Like, I don't know, we have an official language of French and English, but the language populations are changing so drastically that we're going to have to change Chinese to one of our main languages. Some of our cities already have embraced it, where all the street signs are all Chinese. There's no English stuff anywhere. Entire cities are Chinese. I think one of them, they call it Markham. So if you don't believe me, just bring up Google Earth and walk around Markham in Toronto. You'll notice that our culture has been completely replaced. That they've taken all the English street signs and made them Chinese only. So, I don't know, it's kind of annoying. I don't know, people think that I'm anti-Chinese culture, and really, if I had to pick one culture to replace everyone, it probably would be Chinese. I like a lot of the culture. The food, the exercise, the religion stuff, everything's right up my alley. I just wish more Chinese girls dated white guys. It's the only thing I have against your culture. I shouldn't say none. I used to know a few really hot Asian chicks who were dating white guys. But I'm pretty sure they got into a lot of trouble with it, with their families. I noticed a lot of other cultures, like, I'm surprised. Like, I always thought that Westerners or Americans are so racist. But then when I've met other cultures, I was like, holy shit, man, there's other cultures that are way more racist than the Americans. Like, one, for instance, I knew this one family that I was filming a wedding for, and it was, this one family had African royalty, so they were, like, from Africa, and they had royalty and everything in their family, so they were, like, really wealthy. Fucking kick-ass wedding, food was amazing, but, he married this one lady who is from India. I think her family was from, Southeast Asia, or, well, South India, or I guess India is all south, but... Or maybe not north, you got the Himalayas and shit, but... Anyway, so he married this, nice lady, or nice young lady from India. I think she was actually from Canada, it's just maybe her parents, or ancestors somewhere were from India. So anyways... Yeah, where's the Motorhead Stadium? I wanna go there. So when I was filming the wedding, I kind of realized that a lot of the stuff was all his family, and I hadn't really filmed much of the Indian family, so I didn't really inquisite much, but then as the wedding went on, I kind of found out that their whole families weren't cool with the interracial stuff. Like, I didn't know that black people and Indian people often rejected each other's culture and stuff. So what happened is the lady from India, her family had completely disowned her, so they weren't coming to the wedding, and they didn't approve of her getting married to this guy from Africa. I'm pretty sure he wasn't even from Africa too. It was like just his family was, his ancestors or whatever. So I was like, holy shit, here I was thinking like, I'm going to an Indian African wedding, didn't expect any racism. Holy shit, was there a lot of racism. So I don't really hold it against any cultures for even being racist. It's like racism in a way is kind of a natural response to when you experience a lot of hardship. Like most people aren't just going to wake up and say, hey, I'm a racist one day for no reason. No, I like the idea that they try to place in the media where anyone who's like from the South is going to be a racist or something. It's like, isn't that a racist assumption to begin with? Or not really racist, what is it called? Stereotyping or culturist bigot, I guess that's what it is. That's how I was getting into debates one time. People were calling, was it Don Cherry, the great guy from hockey? They're calling him a racist. I'm like, well, he isn't very nice, and he does say a lot of mean stuff, but I'm pretty sure he's a bigot. It's because, like, he doesn't care what race you are, he just hates other cultures. It's like, not that being a bigot is a very nice thing either, but I was like, at least get your insults straight. Like, being a bigot and a racist is substantially different, because a bigot could like all other races, he just doesn't like it when they have a different culture. So yeah, that's what I was wondering. It's like, why do people always get those two terms mixed up these days? It's like, everyone's a racist. It's like, no, some people just hate other cultures. They don't care what color they are. It's like, I noticed that when I went to Canada up north, and like where we have French and English people fighting all the time. Like, obviously these people are racist because they're all the same race, but they're still fighting over culture. So they're bigots, not racists. Now, I was thinking that goes on a little bit in Entropia when you think about it, because we got all these different planets that our avatars can be from, and like you get all these special bonuses as if you're born on the certain planet. Like, oh, I'm from the Rocktropian race, I get better gifts than you. I think they did in Entropia, they boiled it down a little bit where what happened. So even if you're not of the Rocktropian race, you can go to that planet and still collect the gifts. Then they have the favoritism for what planet you're born on gets you like certain privileges on the mothership. I was like, I know all about that, because like in Canada we have like segregated land. So if you're white, you're not allowed to purchase land in certain areas, only if you're not white. I was like, man, isn't that kind of like racist segregation? It's like, what does it matter of like what my skin color is? Why should that determine whether or not I'm allowed to buy land somewhere? That's why I laugh too at people like, oh, you shouldn't get so upset about racism in the world. It's like, well, actually, it's like the world is divided by race. It's like, if I'm not Chinese, I can't go to China and buy any land. So I have to be very careful about how much is left, right? Because if you're not, then all of a sudden, what do you know? One race takes it all, and then it's not shared equally amongst races. Now, I miss the multicultural stuff in Canada. That's the one thing. Like, people are like, oh, if you don't like multicultural stuff, you shouldn't be in Canada. It's like, well, really, if anyone in Canada didn't like multicultural stuff, they would just move up north. Anyone who's like living still in the big cities, obviously they like other cultures because that's all that's here. You have to go like pretty far up north before you start finding towns that are still the original population of just like Europeans that came. Everyone else in the big cities is like pretty much the entire city is multiracial. So you're not really going to find too many actual racist people in the city, because it'd be like, why would you be? It'd be like if you found someone who hated water living right next to the ocean. Be like, guy, if you hate water so much, you should probably move somewhere other than the ocean, right? That's why it's always sounds so weird when someone's like, hey, they found a racist in the city. Like, a racist in the city? It's like, why are they living in the city if they hate all the other races? They could just move to a place that only had one race. Now, I guess it's possible that there'd be racists in the city, but I don't know. It seems very highly unlikely. Now, I love going out to the universities and seeing all the fucking hot chicks from all over the world. That's one of my favorite parts about living in a multicultural city. You really get to see a wide variety of how beautiful women are all over the world. I know it's probably a bad reason to want to live in a multicultural city. Evil me. That's what I realized too. In some cases, guys are getting blamed for being racist, but really they're not racist. They're actually just sexist when it comes to men from other countries coming. But it seems like when women from other countries come, they're like, oh yeah, open the doors, let them all in. So it's like, are they really racist in that case, or are they actually just being sexist? Now let's talk about some more Entropian stuff. Enough with the new global politics and all that shit. Alright, so I picked up a little bit of kegs, picked up a little bit of oil. I was actually going to swing by the narc in my storage and see what the markup was. I didn't even check. If I had to guess, maybe it's worth around 118%. That'd be pretty sick. Now, one of the new vlogging series I want to do is go around and show all the different multicultural areas of my city and how cool some of them are. It's like, sure, we have a little bit of ghettos from Ethiopia and stuff, but they're not really that bad. It's like, man, when you want to party in those Ethiopian ghettos, they have some of the best fucking parties around. A lot of gangs, good access to really high quality drugs. Back in my day, we used to have to buy drugs from gangs. Now we just get it from the government, right? Like, I don't know, a lot of people have been mocking the government, saying, oh, their prices on weed are so high, it's ridiculous. I'm like, man, how high are you guys? Go check the fucking website. And they come back and they're like, holy shit, the government's prices are lower than anyone's. I'm like, yeah, that's what happened. The government started off, they were too expensive, but then they got bitched at enough that they actually lowered their prices. So now the government has the cheapest weed. And I was thinking it's weird, because now the government has the cheapest weed, they even have free shipping, and they have the best quality weed. So I'm like, why the hell is anyone still buying the illegal shit? Like, I don't know, if I was tempted, which I'm not, to go back to the illegal market, they'd have to offer something that I can't get from the legal one. And make it more incentive. Like, hey, if they had like half the price of the legal weed, I'd be like, oh, maybe I should take the chance, but no, right now, the government's weed is the best. Yeah, I fucking love the weed of the government, man. That one company, Hexo, I don't know what it is, how they grow weed, or maybe it's their curing process. Must be the curing. Whatever they do, it fucking makes their nugs amazing. Maybe I'll try to do some sweating with people instead of solo sweating. Oh yeah, I have to get my Rucksnet code ready. Almost forgot, my Rucksnet code requires certain ingredients. I fucking forget the list, so I'll have to look it up. Right, but before I look up the Rucksnet code ingredients, we'll just do a quick spin from the free Bitcoin lottery. I really appreciate everyone from Entropia who's been signing up to the Bitcoin lottery and helping me do the spins. I noticed it doesn't get me any sweat tokens as far as I can tell, but it's supposed to. Right, so right now I'm at 2,495. Let's see what I roll up to. Boom, 2510. Alright, so big shout out and a big thanks to, what is it, my 10 referrals now. You guys are really helping my account go up quick. finishing quick is my specialty. Now, so I'd like to just say too that a lot of that free Bitcoin stuff, I know it's going to take forever to reach 1 Bitcoin, but man, when I reach 1 Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure I'm going to use it in Entropia. Like, get a hold of the cash, then get more cash into Entropia, either by depositing, or we'll see how if I can get the Bitcoin in directly. Probably not, but either way. Alright, so I gotta go to Camp Crunk now. And I'm just gonna go to the fire scene for a sec. Yeah, of course. Fucking wanted to open a fucking website. Luckily I changed to the fire screen, because what do you know, it fucking opens on the goddamn worst screen possible. Piece of shit. Fucking lag. And the fucking lag in this pisses me off so much. Why can't you just fucking work properly? You know, it's the weirdest part. Like, I fucking did all this upgrading to my computer so I could run streams better. I'm pretty sure my old fucking computer still ran the streams better. Didn't fucking lag this much. Alright, so I'm gonna have to bring up the recipe for Ruck's netcode. Alright, I got the recipe. It says I need 3 pay stubs, almost 2K sweat, the Rocktropia records, and the Motorhead kegs. Let's see if I got enough. Shit, I'm getting low on the pay stubs. I'm probably gonna have to up the price on these. Man, because each pay stub takes quite a while to get. Like 1 day for each one, basically. So I should try to get a decent price for them. Alright, how many records? I need 180. Alright, and what did I say I needed? 1970 sweat? Wonder if that's Never Die's birthday. I know, my birthday's 1979. Or birth year. My birthday was the whole year! Alright, so let's see, Motorhead kegs. I need 10 of those. So luckily, I just went and picked some up to help restock my supply. Alright, how many things is that? 4 items? Yep, that's right. 4 items. Let's go do this shit. My refining tool is getting fucking decayed. I gotta charge more for stuff to cover the refining fees. Alright, let's do some Ruck's netcode. For a second I thought it failed, right? It's like, you get nothing. Pretty sure you can't fail during refining. Hope not. Alright. Man, I'm gonna need a little bit of a vape to wake up this morning. Actually, I'm actually dying to quit using the vape again. I noticed, like, the whole sleep thing. The fucking circles are back under my eyes again. Fucking hate being tired all the time. So I really want to quit vaping. Although, still getting over that fucking food poisoning. And god, the fucking vaping is relieving a lot of the nausea sensation. So yeah, probably going to keep vaping maybe another week. We'll see. I'll try to quit sooner. I want to quit so I can fucking make it in time for the disc golf tournament. Have a good streak of sobriety going. Alright, let's see. What did I sell the last Ruck's netcode for? I think it was 12 something. Or maybe it was 1366. Let's try 1366, and what does it come out to? Alright, let's try to keep these. That's a little bit on the high side. Yeah, I'll make it 12 ped. So we'll go 11.99. 6 more pack. Fuck. $1 off. There we go. I'll do the Ruxnet code, you guys, for 11.99. If anyone wants to help out, 11 ped, 99 pec, you can help the show. Alright, next, I'll have to put some more stuff for sale in the shop. Forgot, I don't want to leave the shop empty. Oh yeah, let's get a quick message from my sponsor. Today's show was brought to you by Crack. Crack, it'll fuck you up. Alright, welcome back everyone. Seems like a little bit less lag. I'm going to close some windows just to make sure. Alright, what other stuff do I want to put for sale? Maybe I should put the narc that I just mined. I was going to check the markup on it. Holy shit, it's worthless. Alright, I'll put the narc that I just mined, I'll put out there. It's not worth much. Maybe someone can help the show by buying it. Yeah, I'm getting close to enough fruit to put out. As soon as this Bombardo reaches 1,000, I'll put it out. The Never Die Luck token. People are mocking that, making fun of it in the chat. I should put it out there, see how much I can sell it for. Mock them. I'll put my AI chips out there. Now a lot of this Vixen stuff, maybe I should start selling some of it. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I just had some shit I had to do quick. Basically picked my nose. Too much information. Alright, people are wondering how many bananas I got saved up for unlocking the booth. Not many. I haven't really been spending any of my bananas, but they haven't really been building up because I don't hunt many things. So I'm not collecting bananas very often. You got a little bit of Rocktropia bucks. How much have they been selling for lately? 1,000%. How much is it worth? So that's like 20 peds worth? Is that what it is? Or 2 ped? No, 2 would be 100. Alright, let's go put some of my stuff on the booth. Maybe someone will be nice and come by and purchase it. These AI chips usually have a pretty good markup, but I don't know what they're used for. Must be crafting something. Maybe I'll throw the cash over here. I like to put it on a table that's the opposite color so it doesn't like look the same. I fucking can't move. What the fuck, man? Piece of shit. I was able to walk and then all of a sudden, oh, sorry, you can't walk anymore. You wanted to do that? Oh, that's not in our capabilities of offering. Fucking piece of shit. Now, for me, it just pisses me off because I used to love the fucking controls in Entropia so much. And I guess they changed it so Rocktropia shop owners could see their inventory, but still, man, I miss the days where the fucking game had good controls. It wouldn't piss me off so much if the game's controls already sucked, but it's like, why would you take a game with the best controls ever and fucking shit them? Fuck. Alright, for some reason it's saying timesing 20 pack by 1,000 is not 20, it's 2? Is that what it's trying to tell me? I highly doubt these rock bucks are worth 2 ped. Fuck, that is what they're worth? You gotta be kidding me. What the hell? I could have swore Rocktropia had better, the bucks had better markup than that. Well, fuck that. I'm not selling them for that cheap. Alright, so I'll fucking price the AI chips. See, here's another one of those things where MindArc is completely fucked the markup value for this. Like, why does it show greater than 9999? That's basically useless information. So, no, Entropia, like MindArc, if you want to get your act together, all these items that we see 0.99999%, fix that so it's actually readable. Like, it's useless having it 9999. I can't make out what that fucking means. So now what am I supposed to do? I'm just supposed to price it whatever I can think of because I fucking can't read what the markup is. Now I'm pretty sure they were selling for like 1 or 2 ped each. So 5 of them times 5 ped. It's probably a fucking really good price. I don't know. Goddamn piece of shit. Fucking hate MindArc when... God, could they get their fucking head out of their ass and fix some of this shit in the game? Like, really? Can't even price stuff properly for the fucking stupid markup? Oh, God. Alright, try to be optimistic. Optimistic. Alright, so this stuff's useless. Even putting 1 ped makes it ridiculously overpriced. I can't sell this shit. Fucking bullshit. Too bad it didn't have decent markup. Then I could fucking sell it for something. Alright, let's do the AI run. See if I can get something to cheer me up. Killing some zombies in the morning always cheers me up. Now I like to do this run and keep an eye out on the ground, because the ground usually has decent providings on this level. Like just running around looking for the AI, I usually find some shit. Some good shit. Some literal shit. Yeah, if anyone needs shit, I got lots of it for sale. I think I almost have 2K shit now. No, it's funny. I don't know if anyone heard about Canada's immigration policy, but we realized that like Syria was sending all of their like able-bodied war people over to countries to help colonize them. So what we did is we just made a policy where only the women were allowed in to try to like appease the people who are saying, hey, we should beware who we're letting into our country. So he made a policy of letting only the women in. But then, obviously, what happened was the women came and they just imported all their family members. Because we have this chain migration policy, so if someone moves here, they can just invite their whole family here. Unless you're from Europe, then you're not allowed to come. Yeah, I don't know if they tell people that in Europe, but Canada has actually started banning Europeans from coming to our country. So it's like open borders to anyone from China or India, but Europe, no, you guys aren't allowed in. So I don't know, maybe someone from Europe should say, hey, Canada, your fucking immigration policy is a little bit racist. No, it's part of the whole fucking making everything diverse strategy. And I guess what they mean by diverse is no Europeans. That's the one thing I noticed when I was into protesting and I was into like the whole spreading diversity message. It was pretty quick that I realized its diversity message actually wasn't diversity. What they were promoting was anti-European. So I was like, holy shit, like maybe I shouldn't be promoting this because I'm promoting the extinction of myself. No, I was kind of surprised, like, I don't know, to me I always thought like diversity and inclusion meant diversity of all people could come to Canada. Not that we're going to set up policies where one group is excluded and everyone else can come. Because once you start excluding people like that, it's when the problems begin. Right. Brucite. Alright, we got some cool minerals. Now, I didn't even realize the whole anti-European migration policy until I applied for my passport. You know how they have that racially profiling thing when they're saying people shouldn't do that or government shouldn't do that? Well, what do you know? They did it to me. And what it was is my mother's maiden name was Eastern European. And they said that they're racially profiling anyone from Eastern Europe. So as soon as they see that name from Eastern Europe come up, you get profiled. And they start calling you and saying, hey, your family's not allowed to come to this country. You're from Europe. What the hell are you trying to do? Like, unless you're from India and China, you're not allowed to fucking come in. Oh, alright, we got some AI. Some good news from Entropia. Now, I don't actually get too worked up over it, because I know the ancient prophecies told everyone that this was going to happen in, what is it, Turtle Island, North America? If anyone doesn't know, our continent actually looks like a giant turtle from above. Alright, so we got some AI. So you can see there is AI at this Camp Crunk place. I'm not just making it up. Now, part of the creator's legend is everyone's going to come here, and everyone that's here on Turtle Island is going to accomplish some cool stuff. So even though it is a little bit rough sometimes, it's not all bad. No pain, no gain, right? Now, like I said too, if anyone really was that anti-migration, they wouldn't have to live in the city. They could just move up north. It's actually cheaper to move up north too. The only thing is harder to find work, but if you're going on welfare, it's prime conditions. That's why I think they get a lot of drug addicts that live up north, because they can move up north, have cheaper housing, and there's an excuse of why you can't find a job. Because up north it actually is harder. Unless you're getting a job in the mine, you're probably not going to find much work. Now, if anyone doesn't know, our province in Ontario has the second best gold in the whole world. I don't know, they try to keep it secret. A lot of people don't know. They always think of like Alaska or California or something. No, it's Ontario, my province. Yours to discover. That's what our license plate said for a long time. Our prime minister, or what is it now, prime minister, our provincial leader tried to change it to open for business. So I was like, that's kind of ironic, because he's the one who made the lockdowns and shut everything for business. So you can't really make that your saying. Unless you want it to be the exact opposite of what you do. Right, we got some more AI. Woohoo! So people can see that once I kill these 40 AI, not only are they going to give me enough ammo and stuff to redo the mission again tomorrow, but I'll get that pay stub, so I could start using it to make more Ruxnet codes. Now hopefully there isn't here someone hunting, trying to get the AI, and I'm stealing them from them. Usually what I do is I make sure I only kill the AI if all the hunters are gone. They've just left some of the AI for nothing. Yeah, so if they just leave AI running or running around, I'll kill them. Kill the AI. Alright, I think I'm going to try to get back on my fucking track of not overeating. Past couple days I did overdo it a bit, because I was like, holy shit, I had food poisoning. I'm going to never be able to eat properly again. So it's kind of like a do or die situation. But now that I've got that over with, and most of my fucking washroom trips have been back to normal, other than when I started chugging that milk. Should have never did that. I don't know, when someone tells you some crazy shit, try not to listen to it. I should have known, because this guy, he was telling me stories about how when he drinks vodka and he drinks beer, he gets more drunk from beer than vodka. I was like, what do you mean? Like the same volume? You drink one glass of vodka, you're going to get more drunk off a glass of beer? And he's like, yeah, that's what happens. I'm like, well, clearly you have some fucking mental issues, because that is not physically possible. So when someone starts telling you stuff like that, you should almost be assuming, hey, if they're telling you to drink milk to cure food poisoning, this is the person who's telling you that they get more drunk from fucking beer than they do drinking a glass of vodka. Like pure vodka. So I was like, okay, really right then I should have been like, hey, this advice probably isn't the greatest. It's like my advice. If you hear my advice, I don't know, that's why a lot of people are asking me for advice in Entropia. I'm like, guys, I'm not exactly like breaking the bank here in Entropia. Should probably be taking advice from someone who actually has bigger withdrawals than mine. Although maybe I will do an episode showing what my withdrawal history was. just so I could, not to like brag to people, but show that it is possible to withdraw more than you deposit. I know that's like a big fucking rumor going around on the internet, is that you actually can't profit in Entropia. And I'd like to disprove that by saying it's actually one of the easiest games you could ever profit. Just owning those shares alone. You just buy them, collect the money. What the fuck problem is there? Now, I'm actually really lucky to live in a multicultural city too, because when I think about vlogging and stuff, I can vlog like so many different parts of the world's cultures without even leaving my city. I can go to the new Ethiopia district and show what it's like living in an Ethiopian place. I could go to the Chinese area and show what it's like, the fucking amazing food markets they have. Maybe I'll show, I don't know if I can show the gangs in the Ethiopian place without getting shot, but we'll see how that goes. So maybe I'll try to be nice about it. I'll be like, I love gangs. I'm here to promote the gangs. Like, this is the excellent lifestyle. It's like, who doesn't love gangs? No, how the new Ethiopian district formed is the government made this thing where they made low-income housing areas, and then they put all the people in the low-income housing areas in one section of the city, and then it turns into a fucking cesspool of crime and drugs, fucking hookers everywhere. But yeah, that's how the government rolls. I don't know, they were saying something that Trump was changing some policy to stop low-income housing being set up in rich areas. I was thinking, as bad as people don't want to live next to low-income housing, you can't just make a whole district low-income. Because as soon as you do that, it creates a ghetto. I don't know, once people live in the ghetto, it's hard for them to get out of it. Like, some of my friends ended up in the low-income housing. Next thing you knew, they're fucking hooked on meth and shit, right? Because everyone in their whole building is hooked on meth, and they always come over and say, hey neighbor, you want to smoke some meth? It's like, how many people, like, it doesn't sound like that big of a temptation at first, but what happens if all of a sudden you have like all the fucking hot chicks in the whole neighborhood come over in skimpy bikinis and like, hey, you want to smoke some meth with us? What do you think? How many guys are going to be able to say no to that over and over? Yeah, it's a fucking brutal situation. I don't know, try to talk to more positive stuff in Entropia. Yeah, the low-income housing in Entropia is pretty much this planet, Rocktropia. And I found the community here doesn't really get too into the hardcore, into the drugs. Although, to be honest, a lot of times I'm playing with Entropia, I have actually started playing with recovering addicts. They'd be like, hey, they're in rehab, and they're playing video games to try to make it through rehab. And some of them are actually playing Entropia to try to make it through rehab. I was like, yeah, it sounds like kind of a neat idea, but I don't know, to me, I'd almost think Entropia would kind of push me more towards drugs. Especially with the amount of drug users in this game. Damn you. Now, another thing I've noticed with Entropia is you get a lot of people that are on disability. Like, when I meet a lot of people buying and reselling sweat, I'd say at least like 40%, if not more, are on some form of like disability because they've been injured at work, or that's how they ended up with all this free time to play Entropia. So then once you get all those fucking people that are in disability, a lot of them are going to be addicts of some type, either pills or bottles or hooked on some sort of mind-numbing substance. So yeah, if you start coming to Entropia to escape fucking people hooked on mind-numbing substances, Entropia might not be the greatest place to try to find that. Who knows, maybe like you can be lucky and meet an older player like my friend Beamer. He was very sober-minded, so that's one of the main reasons I liked hanging out with him a lot. It's kept me from getting into too much bad, self-destructive behavior. Yeah, that was the other thing I was talking about on the show. So what do you think about Joe's argument? Does it sound right that video games in general can either ruin or make your life better? I was thinking, yeah, if you just sit around and get high and do nothing all the time, play video games, that's like pretty destructive behavior. But I was like, what happens if you're playing Entropia and use it as like a networking tool? Each person that you meet in the game, buying and selling in sweat, You ask them about job connections and if they know any companies that are hiring. Next thing you know, you could start networking with graphic artists, t-shirt designers, programmers. It's like Entropia offers so many opportunities for good. You shouldn't really focus on all the bad stuff you could do with it. It's like a computer. You could really sit around watching Girls Gone Wild videos all day, or you could use it to, say, develop gravity well technology. It's like I get tempted to do both, but try to balance it out, right? I don't know. Some days I wonder too if my gravity well technology will just be used for evil. And then I'll be destructive even more. It's like, here I was trying to be creative. Developed a fucking technology that will destroy the earth. Now, what I find the neatest about gravity well technology is I never believed in gravity. All of Einstein's theories, I thought Einstein, like, you know, you guys have heard me talk about Einstein. I don't praise him like some fucking genius most people do. Sure, he was good at memorizing textbooks, but memorizing textbooks and actually being a genius is two different things. It can be the same thing maybe, but pretty sure in most cases, like even if you memorize textbooks, you still have to be able to apply it with some sort of formal logic. Einstein couldn't even figure out the gambling fucking at the casino. Yeah, I hope everyone's having luck with that fucking Bitcoin lottery. I hope you don't get carried away with the gambling strategies. I know when I made my strategy video, I tried to emphasize only gamble what you can afford to lose. I don't want to be tanking someone's life savings and be like, hey, your betting strategies suck balls. Not in a good way. Now, that's the one thing I should do with my video vlogging series. If anyone is like doubting whether or not multiculturalism can be good, I'll show some of the greatest parts of my city where it does work out really good. Like one time we had this First Nations guys hold a powwow for an environmental fix the earth rally or whatever. That was really cool. It was neat to see so many people from different cultures team up to try to fix shit. So that's what I was thinking multicultural society's got an edge, is when it comes time to fix stuff, we got so many different opinions on how to fix stuff. More hands the better, right? Right, 28. That's what she said. I don't know, when I hear other countries in the world are all trying to become multicultural too, I think that's a little bit dangerous in a way. Because really you need one place for your culture to survive. You can't make the whole world multicultural. That's when you start to get out of balance. It's like you need both sides of the coin, right? Right, what other stuff can I sell that would be good? I'm gonna look at the other screen because the XSplit one is a little bit on the smaller side. Yeah, so maybe that's what I'll do with my vlogging series. Instead of making a vlogging series saying how great migration is or how bad it is, I'll try to do one of both, showing some of the plus and negative sides that our city encounters. Oh, maybe I'll put my explosive projectiles out there. That's not a bad idea. Right, so he did buy one of my Fanuses, so maybe I should put a fresh one out. That's not a fresh one. Now, if anyone's wondering where I got all these Fanuses, it's kind of a shitty story, but I'll tell it anyway. Now, I was at Arcadia, and I was walking around the sweat area, looking to see if anyone was making a big sweat team, and some nice player took the storage room, like the place where all the storage and terminals is, and just loaded it with the fucking these Fanus things all over the ground. He's like, man, if anyone needs these to heal, pick them up. I can get them for cheap. Because he was getting them at the, whatchamacallit, the planet that had them in the trade terminal. So he must have had like 20, 30 of them all over the ground. And I just fucking started picking them up like crazy. I was like, holy shit, healing tools everywhere. And then after I kind of felt bad about it, I was like, shit, I really should have saved some of these for new players. But then at the same time, I was thinking it was only a matter of time before someone else came and just picked them all up too. So I picked up a whole ton of them and I've been selling them. It's kind of mean, but God, I just can't resist PED sometimes, right? It's like when I need money in the game, I'll just do terrible things. Alright, so I think I needed one more thing for sale. Is that what I was doing? Yeah, I can put the snowballs. Yeah, so if anyone wants to throw some snowballs at someone, I put some for sale. Ah, fuck, and I tried to price it and picked it up. Piece of shit. Alright, that's my phone beeping. I don't know why it beeps like that. But it did happen to beep right at the hour mark for the show, so that was good. Holy shit, these snowballs are going up in price. They're worth 600% now. I'll make mine 500%. That's a discount for you guys. If anyone wants to come grab some snowballs, I think you can just throw them at other players. I don't know if they do anything else. Alright, so yeah, let's hope for tomorrow's episode we got some more exciting stuff planned. I checked the NARC markup and it wasn't that good. Yeah, so the other thing I'm hoping in tomorrow's episode is maybe my metal residue will have sold, and then I'd be able to use some of that PED to reach up to my 1,000 PED goal in order to start my next big crafting run. Really looking forward to that goal. And yeah, I appreciate everyone who's been helping out with the shop sales. You guys are the best. I can't thank you enough. I've got the Patreon, I've got the Bitcoin lottery, I've got the t-shirt sales. Of Finishing Quick is my specialty. Also comes in bed sheets. It's very popular with the ladies. And then, speaking of ladies, we also have Raven J's t-shirt links below. The coolest fucking t-shirts in all of Entropia. I noticed she's been doing some more work on her shirts and stuff, so big shout out to that. I think she has a new Facebook link for them. I'll try to get that into the fucking description if I can remember. Oh yeah, and if you want a discount at the My Shirt store or Raven Jade's, the Swagbucks discount that I have linked below, that also works at both. So you can, depending where you live, get a bigger percentage back. I think it ranges anywhere between 1 and 3%. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's just a marketing place, so they just ask you to fill out a one page of like one answer questions, what you fucking liked about your product, if it was a gift or not. So it's just market research stuff. Same thing that Google does to you all the time, but at least you get cash back this way, right? Right, and the other things I got is Entropia Partners. If you want to do that, you can make some extra PED. And Entropia kicks ass. It's linked to Hideout TV. Hideout TV is that service you can get paid to watch videos like YouTube. Similar to videos to YouTube. Some of them are the same. And you get paid to watch them, part of the ad revenue. I'll do some extra videos on how to make money on Entropia Partners and Swagbucks soon. There's quite a few cool ways to do that. Right, and if you want to get paid on other ways to be a gamer, we got the GameKit. But I actually recommend using Entropia Partners over GameKit because at least GameKit pays you the Amazon gift cards, whereas Entropia Partners will give you PED for the game. And I'm trying to boost as many people to get more revenue into the game as possible. It's one of my main goals for the show is to help the Entropian community thrive. Alright, so thanks everyone for watching. I'll try to make the videos less political. Sorry if this one got a little bit off kilter. A little bit cranky this morning. I'll try to get into a better mood. Hopefully tomorrow's day, or today will go a lot better and tomorrow will be prime time for some optimistic things going on. Alright, so thanks everyone. Oh yeah, today on the vape menu I had the Pure Sun Farm Sativa. And if you happen to get any, let's say Ruxnet code, if you happen to eat Ruxnet code and you vomit, or no, you get explosive diarrhea, the projectile kind, PED, projectile explosive diarrhea, if that gets into your vaporizer, then give the video a dislike, because no one wants to vape that shit. And yeah, remember, never purchase the products from my sponsor. Because it will ruin your life. Alright, bye for now, everyone. See you later. See you tomorrow, God willing. Or what the fuck? Can't even get the right set right. Right, now see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Woo woo! There's a sub button and a watch video. I'll try to make it something better than Bitcoin. But really, sign up to Bitcoin.